voice said sleepily. "It's just my Badlands bad dream." Fred soon had a tin cup of hot coffee in my hands. "It's almost daybreak," he said. "Let's get ready to ride." He placed the pot back into the hot coals of our campfire. As we broke camp and saddled up, he said, "Someday you're going to tell me about this Badlands bad dream." We were soon riding toward the sunrise along the banks of the Little Missouri River in the Dakota Badlands. A man could well ask himself if he were waking or dreaming in such a landscape. Clay buttes in eerie shapes jutted up into the pink sky. Strange-shaped shadows sprang out of them, pointing toward our spooky horses. I reined hard and worked the bit into Big Enough's mouth. Generally, he was not easily spooked, but this was the Badlands. I guess the early French Canadians, voyageurs they were called, first called this region mauvaises terres pour traverser. Right they were. It was a bad land for travelers. Yet colorful it was. We rode through weather-washed ravines between bluffs and buttes of lavender and black and browns. Some were scarlet and chalk-colored. Sagebrush and stunted cedars clung to their sides. Often, too, there were interspersed between the buttes lush green valleys with thick buffalo grass carpeting the scene. Fred and I were heading to the town of Little Missouri to see if rumors we'd heard were true, that a Frenchman, the Marquis de Moors, was actually paying 5 cents a pound for game meat. "I tell you it's true," Fred exclaimed. "That Frenchman's loaded with money." Fred reined Sweetheart, his bay mare, near me. "He's got millions of dollars, and he's building a packing plant across the river from Little Missouri. Gonna call it Medora, the name of his red-haired wife. Start a whole new town. I swear to God, he thinks he'll run the big meat packers at St. Paul and Chicago like Swift and Armour out of business." "That's so," I said, as I tipped my hat back. Fred's face flushed red. "That's so. He's going to slaughter the beef on the site and ice the meat, ship it back in refrigerator boxcars." "Well, he sure won't need much ice in these Dakota winters. Summers, now that's a different story." Already, I could feel a chill in the air on this September morning. The year was 1883, and I'd been hunting game in the Badlands for 2 years. I'd made a few bucks selling game meat to railroad crews and guiding a few Easterners on hunts. Rifle shots echoed through distant air. Fred and I dismounted and led our horses to the top of a small bluff. We looked down to the riverbed about 200 feet below. "Why, would you look at that little cuss? He's dancing around that buffalo carcass," Fred chortled. Sure enough, it was a strange scene. A short young man in a buckskin shirt and khaki pants with leggings danced in a circle around a downed buffalo bull. He waved his wide-brimmed hat and gave off little war whoops. I caught flashes of sunlight like someone signaling with a mirror as he jerked his head up and down in the morning sun. "He's wearing eyeglasses," I muttered. "What, sure as hell is," Fred said. "I'll see you at the Pyramid Park Hotel, Fred. You go on ahead, and I'll check this dancer out." Big Enough and I emerged from the shadow of the bluff and arrested the attention of the buckskin-clad hunter in mid-whoop. "Howdy, stranger," I sung out, biting my tongue as I was tempted to say, "Howdy, strange one." He returned my greeting with gusto in what I gathered to be an Eastern accent. "By doggies, I got my bull, my bison. Shot him clean through the heart at 100 yards. Before we could exchange names, 2 more riders came on sweaty horses, plunging across the shallow Little Missouri. They called out, "Good shooting, Mr. Roosevelt. That bull's of trophy quality, no doubt about it. You're no ordinary Eastern dude." The little wiry fella, called Mr. Roosevelt, was, I judged, under 30 years old. He smiled elatedly and rubbed his steamed-up glasses vigorously with the blue and white polka-dot bandana hanging loosely about his neck. My ear had heard out in the word.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.